everybody. Welcome to the Joyful Finding Show. I'm so glad you guys could be here this January 19th of 2024. It feels like I was just here with you guys last week. Flying time is flying. Happy day. All right, so you guys, I see I got a few people out there already, so thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Robert and Richard, for your donations already. You guys are on the draw this evening. Thank you. And I think Ruth is out there as well. Anyone else popping in so far? What you guys got going on? It doesn't matter where you're tuning in from. Say hello in the chat box so we can say hello back. We can tap into all the energy that's kind of coming forward so that we can all connect tonight, right? Because we're all connected on so many different levels. Sometimes we understand it. Sometimes we don't. It all depends on where you're at in the moment, right? We're going to talk about that. Where are you in the moment? What are you doing in this moment, right? I want you to be. I want you just to be. I know that's hard because there's a lot of things going on out there in the world right now, and it's hard to just be, right? We're always thinking we have to do this, that, the other thing. Just be, okay? Just be this evening, okay? Because I feel like everyone's really going to tap in a lot. I feel like there's like this. I feel like the faucet has been turned on for more energy, more understanding, more wisdom, more forgiveness, whatever it is that you need right now. Okay, whatever it is you need right now to help move you forward. Okay, it's very important that we're all moving in that forward direction. You know, it's like we've worked so hard. I'm going to change my words. We've been doing a lot of things to change our trajectory, right? Where we've done a lot of things to change in what direction our path is going, right? We've had to let go of mindsets, beliefs, patterns. We've had to look at a lot of different things within our own lives, not just our lives, but outside our lives and the patterns that are there. And how do we create the new path that we are creating, right? This is where you all get into your highest and best mindset, right? What is going to be for the highest and best for you, the earth, the good of the people, the community. There's a lot of people that are really waking up to community right now. And that really made my heart very happy. And I don't know why, but we're bringing on that throat stuff tonight. What's going on with the throat stuff again? I thought we got past all this. All right. All right. So where was I going with all that? Community. I've been seeing a lot of people that are starting to come together to work as community. Okay. Community. Which I love because we're here to assist each other. So there's people out there like me, you know, doing their podcast, giving you their information so that you can further your information if it sits with you, if it resonates with you, right? Does it feel like truth to you? This is where we're all tapping in right now. Like what really resonates with my highest vibration? Is that for my highest and best, or does that still leave me with a lot of questions, right? Because if we still have a lot of questions, it's like, we have to let that go. We have to be in the know, in the feel, right? We need to, we're connecting into that. It's like being totally connected to earth, into space, and to God, and to everything, right? And having this full connection and having all this knowledge that's going on and just like pulling it all into the earth realm, which is kind of hard sometimes because a lot of things that I see out there, I can't put into words, but we're trying to make more sense of it so that we can create differently than what we've been programmed to create. Okay. So like we're busting out of our cages. We're busting out of those boxes we've been keeping ourselves in. We're busting out of those comfort zones we've been in. And the earth is moving and shaking and bringing up situations that may bring you into other situations that your light is needed and making you more aware of what your purpose may be. So just be mindful of all the things that might be happening for you right now and where you're showing up, where you're being called to, and things of that sort. So just really feel into all that, you guys. I wonder if you guys are feeling all this energy that's going on right now. Like, whoo, there's a lot of it. I feel like going right up my spine. It's like, I feel like, what are those things, Oh man, it'll come to me. It will come to me. Sometimes I can't find the words. Hello, Marsha. How you doing, honey? She's got her little doggy on her lap. Nice. Ruth probably has her doggy in her lap too. I got dog lovers out there. You guys, I saw this cool. So I'm scrolling, and I love helping other people, right? And I kind of know, you know, I don't know. But anyways, I just get that I'm supposed to share things when I'm called to share things, right? So I came across this property down in Nokomis, and I think it's like 5.5 acres or something like that. And it was set up as dog kennels or some kind of vet place or something like that. But anyways, I sent it to another friend and I was like, oh my God, this place would be perfect for you. With not even looking at all the pictures of it and everything. And I was like, oh wow, it is really nice once I finally got that way. So it's like, share. You know what I mean? Share. Oh, that's right. Lenka's joining the party and she has her dog too. And Reverend Tiffany has her dogs. I don't know if Robert and Richard have dogs. Do you guys have dogs? But anyways, where was I going with all that? Then my mind went, squirrel, I'm over there. All right. Well, anyways, I'm going to bring it back to center for a minute. Doggy party. That's right. The dogs are included. It's funny because I talked about my dog. I talked about 2 of my dogs this evening, Ginger and Bandit, before I came on the show. So I'm not surprised all the little doggy love is like showing up in the party. So bring it on, doggies. My littles are talking to you from the other side. So thank you for joining us, little doggies. Yay. And I know I have a lot of followers that have pets. I just have not found the right dog yet. The dog has to find me. Isn't that strange how that always has to happen? But we have this destiny to find our next pet. It's almost been a year. It's been a long time, it feels like. I miss the little girl. But anyways, where are we going with all that? So where was I going with what I was talking about just a minute ago? Well, anyways, we're all changing. It's time. Oh, they want me to bring this up because I haven't done this in a while. Wrote to you guys. So this is what I got for all of you. Not here. My mother's dog is mine when I visit. Perfect, Richard. Perfect. I love that. Okay, so welcome to your new beginnings. It starts with your beliefs and your fears. Which ones are you going to let guide you? So you guys get to choose, right? There's always choices. All right. And then I saw Robert wrote that it was cold and I wrote burr. It was like cold and snowy. I was like, oh, it gets like below 70 here and I'm freezing to death. Winter is a rest and reflect period. Spring is into action. So what are you going to spring into? Grow through summer and harvest your crops in the fall. Where are you with your thoughts? Where are you going? What is it that you want to create for yourself? And that's what they wrote on the other side. What are you creating? Woohoo! You always have choices and a chance to choose again. Your experiences brought you to the here and now. So let's go. Create joy with God's guidance and connection. Okay, so this connection that I feel like a lot more people are getting, whether they're finding it through Jesus or whatever religion that they're following, as long as they're connecting to, I'm going to say the good God, because that's most of the religions go in that direction, but follow the faith of their spirituality, their knowing, right? Because we've been so corrupted in our thought systems and our belief systems that it's hard sometimes to break them because we believe them so much, but we are going to be breaking free from them. So you guys are breaking free from them as well. You're noticing the patterns, because if you're unhappy, you have to start to recognize and take responsibility. We all have to take responsibility for ourselves, right? Whether it's self-care, being truthful with ourselves, because we've all made mistakes. We've all done something wrong, but we pick ourselves up and we dust ourselves off, and we have choices about moving forward. We can make those same choices again, or we can choose to choose something different, right? And see if there's a different outcome. Maybe we'll be happier, whatever it might be, because it comes down to choices. Okay. It comes down to choices. And I feel like there's a lot of choices going on right now. I feel like a lot of people are having choices that are being thrown at them right now. So just know that if you center yourself, go, all right, I'm going to make a choice that's for my highest and best good and for myself and humanity and all that stuff, as long as it feels like it's good, like it feels like a warm hug. It doesn't make you question. It doesn't make you, there's a lot of you out there that are questioning yourselves, maybe a lot. Oh, where did that come from? A lot. Is that a word? That's double up. So that means way too much. Okay, so let some of that go. Just let some of it go. Center. All right, let's see what else we got out here. All right, Robert says, I love cats. Good. Do you have kitties? I love kitties too. I'd get a cat, but my oldest son is allergic, so that doesn't work out so well. He may not now that he's older. Who knows? All right, so what else do they want me to share with you guys? Because there's a lot of energy that's going on right now, and it's making me very chatty, making me feel tingly. So I wonder if you guys are feeling any of this. Are you guys feeling any of this energy that's going? And they're going to make me burp now. So they're bringing through more energy that we are shifting and changing. We are just shifting and changing a whole lot of things. You guys, okay, I need you guys to tap into what's going on around you right now. I need you to tap into what you might be feeling. I want you guys to be completely honest. If you guys are feeling something, I want you to put it in the chat box. I want you guys to open up more than you ever have, okay? They're just like, they're showing me like the heart chakra just being like thrown open, but it's like you have to be honest. Like, are you feeling anything? Be honest. If you're not feeling anything, say I don't feel anything. But if you're feeling something, a tingle, something, anything, a thought that keeps coming to you, something that feels like it's something to wake you up or whatever, tap into that. Richard says it's chilly here and 21 degrees. Yes, it's supposed to be very cold here this weekend in Sarasota, Florida as well. Not looking forward to that. It's going to be burr. So, but I feel like this is going on, as Tiffany just told me, all the way up the East Coast pretty much. So if you guys are having record lows, plus we're in January anyways. I remember in Maine, always in January, we would have like below zero temperatures, you know what I mean? And always have frozen pipes. It was almost like, clockwork. So, but we are in the winter season, right? So that's why we talked about in that rest and reflection, unless you're like fixing stuff. But anyways, we are looking now, what do we want to create? What do we want to harvest in our lives, come fall time, right? So we have something that we're a thought we're going to nurture, right? And we're going to believe in that thought. We're going to have faith in that thought. And then the universe is going to help conspire to make some of that work with us. Okay. Because we all are being asked and drawn to each other for different reasons, right? I feel like you guys are all being like, you're being called in different directions. I feel like that's what all this energy is about. It's like you're being called in different directions. Okay. But you're being brought across paths of other people of like mind that it's time for you to connect. Okay. So be mindful of that too. I think one of my words tonight is mindful. I feel like I've said that a few times already in the first 15 minutes. So mindful, mindful of what you are saying to yourself, what you are creating for yourself. Create out of love, joy, happiness, all that fun stuff, I want you guys to do that. I want you all to be joyful. And yes, there's still a lot of people that are not up to speed yet, but that's okay. It's okay. Everybody is learning in their own they're learning on their own pace. There was a lot of words that I could have used there, but they're all learning at their own pace. But I want you to notice that the people that we may have felt like, okay, because we're all in like different levels of learning, right? Of experience, about letting go fear, forgiveness, all those emotions that we kind of have to let go of to get higher, right? Because if we hold on to all of those things, they'll become a heavy anchor. Okay. And to be lighter and lighter and lighter, we have to work on whatever our angers are, whatever we need to forgive in ourselves and others. What is it that we have to let go of that is that anchor that will not let us fly? Okay, because it's time for us to fly. Okay, it's time. It is totally time. So 2024 is about flying. Okay, so you guys, time is flying. It's about you flying. It's about you, whatever it is. Like, they're showing me eagles nest now. So just imagine the eagles are having their babies. It's time for them to leave their nest and they're flying off. And first they're just learning how to fly, but now it's time for them to fly off on their own. So that's showing me that freedom, you guys are finding your freedom in this flight. Okay. And so it's time for you to find that freedom within yourself and create, because it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I hope you guys can really feel into that. There's some people that feel like, we're already in the midst of the bad parts. You know what I mean? It depends on where you are and what your situations are and what your choices have been, but it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. That's what I'm getting. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Good night, Richard. Your message will be number 1, and then Richard is number 1, and then Robert is number 2 in the donation section. So when I get to messages, that's the order that it will be going in as of so far. You guys were so fast in timing, but Richard won. You guys can Venmo me, the YouTube chats. You guys can do it there. Rumble rants. Whatever you guys feel is necessary. If you feel it's necessary, I appreciate them. Thank you very much. Let's see what we have going on. Is there anything else that I need to share with you guys before we get to the message part of everything? And if any questions are coming up, you guys are not answering any of my questions. I mean, you did answer about the dogs. Those I did get answers on, but I didn't get any answers on how you're feeling, if you're feeling anything, what you've been feeling, if it's something that you would want to share or you're not sharing because you feel uncomfortable. Whatever it is, just know that there's no judgment here. We all have a past, we all have a future, we all have choices, we all can create new from today. And I'm getting like today is like, imagine today as your new year, new you, new chapter, whatever it is that you want to call it. You know what I mean? What is it you want to do and create for yourself? Because if you do not know what you want, you can't create it. Okay, if you kind of him-haw, throw a few things out there, but not really like feeling it. So again, my friends, start with your blank piece of paper. Are you trying to create a relationship? What does that relationship look like to you? What do you want out of that relationship? What's going to fulfill you? If it's a career, a job, what are those things? Is it a house? What are you creating for that house? Is it, whatever it is that you want to create, whatever it is where you all have choices. And right now I'm giving you the blank slate to start it. What is this? What is it? What is it? I want to know. Love, happiness, joy. What are all those things that you want to create in your life? And how are you going to create them? So if you've been settling, and a lot of us have in our lifetimes, it's time for us to not do that anymore. It's time to pick ourselves up make some new choices and create some new change in your life, and know that you are being fully supported. Definitely let go of the fear factor of everything, because it's time for it to go. As you know, as we always say 365 times in the Bible, do not fear. It's time to get that crap out of here. Get it gone. Boom. Hello, Joyce guests. Sorry you're late. Don't be sorry. You're right on time. You're right on time. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're all here. So, again, are you guys feeling anything out there? Put it in the chat box. Boop, boop, boop. Maybe you have to put a comment tonight for the message. So maybe I'll ask a question and you have to answer it. Oh, that could be kind of fun. We could play games tonight. We'll see how that all goes. Anyways, my mind is always thinking. But I want, like, there's something that you guys are supposed to be putting out to the public, and there's some kind of fear attached to it. So if you feel like you have fear, I want you to release it this evening. Release it. It no longer has any attachments to you. You have chosen to move on. To move on, my friends. Okay? Okay. All right. So I'm going to get to messages because I feel like it's time now, because I feel like I'll have more stuff to talk about at the end, because the energy is going to just keep kicking booty while we're sitting here. All right, Richard, you are number 1, and he's on his way to work. So, Richard Riddle, let's see what I get for you this evening. Oh, Richard, there's some love coming into your life. Yourself, you're loving yourself more. But I also feel like there's a romantic relationship that's going to be coming up. Maybe that's what February is all about, because I got 3 little hearts. But I feel like there's love that's coming. There's going to be an opening for you to have this relationship or this new friendship. It's going to be like so easy and just so flowing. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's so natural. Like I've been in this you've been in this relationship for 100 years. You know what I mean? Like there's just something new. There's something new that's coming for you like that. You've been waiting a very long time for this opportunity. So be open to that. I also feel like there's, I'm not sure what that is yet, but let's see, that's so interesting. So the love that you also have inside of you that you are going to be giving into this relationship, don't forget that there's things outside of the relationship. I think that's what they're saying. So don't get so hyper focused. So they want you to be balanced through it all, even though I think you will, but I think this is just a warning for you. But there's great love that's coming for you. And that's also some kind of change in work or promotion. And don't worry about the waves that are happening at work, because those things have to change there for the right people to step into the right positions and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you, Richard, for your donation this evening. Yay. All right, Robert Myers. All right, Robert. All right, Robert, you've got some change going on. You've been playing loop-de-loop. I call this loop-de-loop. You've been like trying to make up your mind about a decision for quite a while now. And it's like you kind of like keep circling it around. You know what I mean? But I feel like you need to lasso your new chances. This is so funny because it's like a lasso. But it's time for you to like throw your rope out there and see what's outside your casting net. So I don't know if you fish, because now they're bringing up fishing. But throwing out your lasso, like just imagine like you're in the Wild West, right? And they're out there trying to get the cow, right? And they're lassoing the cow, right? And you're like throwing your thing out there and you're missing and missing and missing, and you get mad at yourself. Don't be mad. Take a deep breath, center, throw it where you believe it needs to go. This goes with what I was just talking about. And you are going to land exactly where you need to. Okay, there's something that's still keeping you from making a decision. So I don't know if it has to do with family or if it has to do with a job, but there's something that's keeping you in the space where you are right now. And it's not your end all be all, but you're like in this kind of like limbo time right now. And I'm getting it's time for you to decide on what it is that you need to do for yourself. And that's going to create for you, because I feel like there's either a job opportunity or some kind of movement in housing. But there's definitely some new opportunities for you, but you have to choose not to be where you are anymore if that's making you unhappy. And if that makes sense to you, I sure hope so. But anyways, fishing, being outside is good for you. I know you're not fishing right now, unless you can ice fish there or whatever, but and if you have that ice, but anyways, they're showing me lasso, swimming, so you need some kind of vacation. So don't forget to book yourself a vacation. So I'm going to leave that with you, Robert. Thank you this evening. Thank you for your donation. Hello, Devin. How are you this evening? You have winter going on there too, Devin. You all have snow. Devin has snow. Is there snow in Connecticut? I know sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. I know, Ruth, you got snow in Texas? Just curious. Richard said it was 21. He didn't say anything about snow. All right, you guys. I'm just curious what y'all got going on and where you're from this evening. Where y'all from? And then if you guys want a message, you guys gotta drop it in the chat box. Okie dokie. All right, so since no one's dropped anything in the chat box, I'm going to cut to my sponsor, my beautiful Marsha Morris from Feng Shui My Space. She's a beautiful sponsor every month to my beautiful show. She makes this happen for you guys. You guys are amazing beings, and Marsha is amazing with Feng Shui. So totally tap in. What is it that you need for yourself? And we're getting ready to get into the Chinese New Year too, which is some kind of dragon. I'm not good with this stuff. She'll correct me in the comments there. But the Chinese New Year is coming, so feng shui your space, change up your energy. Maybe all it is you have to move things around a little bit, and everything in your life starts to shift and go into the right energy of everything that we've just been talking about. So you guys check out Feng Shui My Space. Awesome. Again, check out fengshuimyspace.com. Connect with Marsha. Get the energy flowing in your house or your office. Do it today. Thank you, Marsha. Robert says, thank you, Melissa. I do want to change jobs and move. No luck yet, but still looking. Well, what is it that you're looking for? Have you put it out on paper, what you're looking for? Have you started out with your blank page? Hold on, I got a blank page again. Have you started with your blank page? Write it out, man, tonight. I don't know if you're working tonight. I know you're a night worker too, but get your pad of paper out and write it out. Write it out. I want to move to blah, da, 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 and I want to do this as a job, and I want this people to hire me for this amount of money, and da, 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 da. Do whatever it is that you need to do, my friend. Do. It's go time, my friends. It's go time. All right. Snow in Connecticut, snow in New York. Devon's cold and snowy. You guys, the snow looks great from Florida. I'm going to be freezing this weekend too with y'all. Just not the same way. I know it's not the same. Hey, so let me ask you guys this. Since more people are noticing this in Florida about our sunshine being missing most of the time, how many days have you guys had of sun this year? Are you being able to actually see the sun, or are there always things being shot across the sky to bring on clouds, or, I'm going to call it a haze in the sky? Is the best way to describe it when it's not clouds. But what have you noticed in your skies lately? What have you noticed in your skies lately? I'm very curious about this. What have you guys noticed? Or do you even look up? Do you even notice? I mean, I even noticed them shooting it at the other night, shooting it in the night neighborhood. Oh, did you guys lose me? That was weird. Oh, we lost the internet. Did we lose the internet? Hey, you guys, answer me if we lost the internet. Oh, there. Okay. All right, you are there. Good, because it's telling me I'm not connected, which is so weird. But anyways, my computer's been doing weird things. And you guys did blip out there for a minute. All right, Joy says not much sun, a lot of gloomy days. Sun was odd today here. Yes, that's what I said. Ruth says I see and hear you. Okay, good. Because my internet went out yesterday for quite a few hours too. It was really weird. They came to fix it. Perfect. I'm glad I'm still here with all of you. Yay. All right, let's see. Who's going to get messages this evening? Let's see. I'm going to. Why am I losing my voice now? All right, Devin's going to get a message. Marsha's going to get a message. Ruth's going to get a message. Joyce is going to get a message. All right, who else is out here that I forgot about? Robert, you got yours. Oh, Lenka. Lenka's out there. Who else did I say was out here? You guys, I'm scrolling through my little list here. All right, I think I got all of you. My beautiful peoples. All right, I think I got you all. All right, awesome. All right. Joyce, I got your name down there. So there's Devin, Marsha, Ruth, Joyce, and Lanka. All right. So that's where we're going to go from here. I want to thank you guys for being here on this beautiful Friday night. You guys are amazing. Amazing. All right. So there's just so much going on right now. All right, Devin. Weird noises going on outside, you guys. Okay. Woo! All right. So Devin, there's a lot of stuff going on around you. Stay peaceful. That's one of the words I'm getting. You may feel like things are being thrown at you or coming at you really fast. You know, kind of like when you're driving down the road at night when it's snowing and you're just like looking at like a whiteout for the most part. You have to trust that you know where the road is still. So I'm getting that trust is about you. Like you need to trust in what you are creating for yourself. What is it that you want to create? So I'm getting trust. No matter what comes at you, you're going to trust yourself. You know what I mean? And it's like I got all these shields and I feel like I'm being guarded and everything. But there's a lot going on around you. Some of it you don't need anymore. Some of it brings a little chaos to your life. You don't need that so much anymore. So there's change coming for you. So when do you get to retire from your night job? Because you're a night guy too, I think. Yeah, I think you are. Is it soon? Because I feel like it's soon. I feel like there's something, new changes coming for you. New changes coming, Devin. I'm going to leave that with you, Devin. All right, and then Miss Marsha. From Miss Marsha, Feng Shui My Space. Woo-hoo. All right, there's clouds coming for you. Oh, this is so cute. Just remember to relax. Everything's going to be all right. You know, it's like if you were jumping on a trampoline, you trusted that the trampoline was still there and that you would keep bouncing. This is what these clouds kind of remind me of. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you're sitting on them, you're jumping on them, you're kind of like jumping around, having a joyful time. It kind of reminds me of the kids jumping around and stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm getting that all together everything's going to be very cushy, right? I feel like now I feel like I'm falling back into like a feather bed and I'm just covered, you know, and I just sunk into the bed, but it's so comfortable and relaxing. So just know that things are going to be easier for you as you move forward, but you have to get into that right mindset that it continues in that direction and always does. But all good things are coming for you, dear. I'm going to leave that with you, darling. All right, Ruth. Ruth Saltman also has a show on Wednesday nights, Transformational Souls. Check out her show. Tiffany also has a show on Sunday nights, Inspirational Insights. No, I said it wrong. Damn, now I don't remember the name. You guys check it out Sunday night. Inspirational. What is it? Now, why did I just forget it all of a sudden? Tiffany, what's the name of it? Now I'm going to kick myself. But Ruth, I got you. Yeah, spiritual insight. Whatever I was just trying to call it, I felt weird. But anyways, Ruth, let's see what I got for you. They're like, why are they? I feel like I'm searching in a lot of places for answers or. Oh, you are on the search and you're going deep. You're going deeper than you've ever gone. I'm going to call them the rabbit holes without them being the rabbit holes. But I feel like the information is going and it's going far. And I feel like you have a way of helping others to perceive this information that you're getting. You know what I mean? You're perceiving a lot. You're getting a lot of downloads. There's a lot of information that's flowing to you. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming. That's all right. Write it down. That's what you're good at. They want you to share this information. Your next book may be a little different than what they've been before. I feel like there's an expansion through that as well. So just be open to that expansion. I'm going to leave that with you, Ruth. Thank you for being here. All right, Joyce, guests all the way up there in New York. Brr. You guys are making me cold. Not really, but you know what I mean. All right, Joyce. Sometimes I feel like you're being pulled in a lot of directions. I feel like everyone wants your attention all at once. Joyce, I need this. Joyce, can you help me with that? And you know, they're not always there when you need them. I feel like there needs to be more balance in that. So you're learning how to say no more, I'm getting. And this is allowing you to feel more at peace with yourself. I also feel like this is a good time for you like to reflect. And I don't know if you like knitting or something like that, or maybe someone in your life you knew used to like to knit or whatever, or crochet. I feel like I'm doing that, or someone's creating something. So there's something inside of you that's ready to be created. So don't let yourself be held back from your creativity. It's time for you to have some of that joy in your life. So I'm going to leave that with you, Joyce. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and then Lanka, I put her on my list. She said, don't forget Tiffany. I just said that. Ruth says, thank you, Melissa. Exciting message. You're very welcome, Ruth. All right, and then I said, all right, I just did Ruth and I did Joyce. Now we have Lanka. You are in a bubble, in a cloud of protection, and there's a lot of things going on in there. I feel like the energy sometimes swirls around. I feel like your messages are getting pretty intense. I feel like you are getting intense messages. So either something is like really, and it's making my nose itch. So I feel like you're getting a lot of information all at once. They're almost like giving, I feel like I'm getting so much information. I kind of like blow up. Like, you remember that kid in Willy Wonka, you know, the blueberry kid, whatever he did, and he blew up. But I feel like you're getting so much information, you might feel bloated a little bit. And I feel like, I don't know why you would feel bloated from this information, but I'm getting bloated. That's what the word I'm getting. So I don't know if you have to learn how to release it so you don't hold on to it. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But also something in the creativity too. I feel like you have something that you're going to create, because I feel like there's something that's going to be more, I'm going to call it free-handed. Free-handed. So there's something with your free hand. Freedom for your free hand. So there's something coming for you, Lanka. But you're also protected. I feel like you're all in this little cute little bubble thing that's going on. It's like I feel like I'm walking around like with bubble wrap on, which is probably good this time of year, right? So just know you're being protected. I'm gonna leave that with you. Like, thank you. Yay! All right. Joy says, thank you. More sport on than you know. In the process of starting something new for me outside of the home for peace and flow. That's fantastic. Not sure what I just dropped, but that's fantastic. Go, Joyce. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. All right. We're gonna do Tiffany. I've gone through all of you guys tonight. Let's see what we get. Tiffany. Tiffy, you just stay busy all the time. Busy, busy, busy. Huh. But you're kind of like getting ready for spring. I feel like once spring gets here, it's like you're gonna be like, it's so funny because I feel like you remember I don't know, maybe this is something I made up, but there used to be like these springs for the bottom of your shoes or your feet, not like the pogo stick, but spring shoes. Do you know what I'm talking about? But that's what I see you doing. I feel like you're just going to be like bleep bleep, with these spring shoes. So spring is going to be an important time for you to spring forward, because I see you just keeping making these leaps and you don't stop. You just keep going and going and going, kind of like the Energizer Bunny. You know what I mean? You just keep jumping. So there's going to be new opportunities that come in the springtime. 3 new opportunities, 3 new doors, 3 new three, three, three. They keep saying 3, 3, 3. So there's going to be 3, 3, 3 things that are coming for you, Tiffany. So they just want you to spring into action. You'll know exactly when it's time, and you'll just like take off. So I'm going to leave that with you, Tiffany. Like he says, I sure am. Dodge accident by 5 minutes yesterday. Phew, what a week. Yes, yes. I'm telling you what, I've heard more emergency vehicles, police cars. I've heard all the sirens. They're all going off. And I can tell it's season because they're more frequent, but I'm seeing them in different places too. You know what I mean? But I just feel like there's a lot of emergency calls right now, and people really need to slow down. I feel like they're playing, a game when they're on the road. So really be mindful. I always make sure to bubble up when I'm driving because I see people crazy. Kind of reminds me of like driving through New York City where you're bumper to bumper and you're trying to change lanes and you really only have 6 inches between you and the other car. And I was like, dude, we live in Sarasota. Things are so much more laid back here. Chill out. But anyways, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Melissa. Amazing messages. Tigger has a springtail. Oh, yes, that's right. And I can relate to the Energizer Bunny too. Laugh out loud. You're welcome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so because we only have a little bit of time left. Literally, what today is the 19th, so really 2 months left of winter before we get into spring, right? Technically, we get into spring March 20th, right? I think it's March 20th this year. So we are like 2 months away from spring. So I want you guys to think. Let me get my little pad of paper again because I need my blank page. I want you guys to think about what it is that you want to create from this moment forward. Okay? You guys are starting with a blank slate. Write about love, relationships. What is it you want to create around your house? I want a new garden. I want a greenhouse. I want a tiny house. I want a big house. I want 4 houses. Maybe not that many. Well, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you're wanting to put out to the universe that you want to create for yourself. And then you have to make baby steps to go start working in that direction. So maybe it's changing your belief system so that you believe that you can actually have that and deserve that. Maybe there was something inside of you that said you don't deserve that. That's set aside for blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. Actually, Marsha was in an accident last week. Actually, Wednesday. She's fine. The car needs some love. The guy that hit her is doing the right thing. But anyways, you guys all need to be very careful out there. Totally forgot about that, Marsha. Thank you for bringing that up because that's important. You know what I mean? Pay attention to everything that's going on around you. Bubble up. Remember to say, I am bubbling up. Bubbling up. But maybe there was a reason that Marsha had to run into this gentleman, or he had to he physically ran into her. But, maybe there was an energetic thing that needed to happen. That's kind of like what I was saying earlier. You know what I mean? I was like, sometimes you end up in situations or in places and you're not sure why, but maybe your light or something is supposed to trigger that other person. You know what I mean? Or help wake them up or do something that we don't even comprehend, because I still don't comprehend half of what I've gone through. Lanka says, I'm sorry you have to go through it, Marsha, but I'm glad you are okay. Yes, she is okay. She was a little shaken up mentally, but physically she was doing all right. The car did its job. And it did its job. And people just, sometimes I don't even think they look. But anyways, be careful out there driving, everybody, because everyone's being a little wackadoo right now. There's people out there that are being triggered right now. I feel like whatever their switch is being flipped. Okay. And they're just going off the deep end. Okay. I feel like, so bubble up even more. Your armor of God is super important. Do it, whatever it is that you have to do for yourselves to do all of that. They're bringing on all the burping now, so that must be changing up the energy for some people there. Let's see what else. What else? Is there anybody new that's joined us? Anybody new out there in the chat world that would like a message tonight? Because we still have some time. If not, I can fill up the time. I don't have a problem with that at all. Not at all. Not at all. You guys were clearing up a lot of energy. We're making a lot of connections tonight. Ding, 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 ding. There's all these little things going off. I feel like there's all these little stars going off. You know what I mean? All these little stars that are going off, which is so cool. It's so exciting. So exciting. So exciting. All right, you guys. What else do they want me to share? Because there's things that are coming, but you guys are all prepared for those. It's about you, what you want to create. That's their most basic message this evening for you guys. It is your creation. Look at yourselves. Look at yourselves in the mirror. Look at yourself in the patterns that you have created for your days, for your weeks, for your hours, whatever it is, whatever those habits might be, whatever those thought patterns and stuff might be. Tap into them. Are they for your highest and best? Are they? Are they? It's time to make some choices. You guys are bringing on the heat now. Every time we get towards the end of the show, I feel like there's this buildup of major heat. Like everyone's burning it off. Whatever it is that you don't need anymore, you guys are definitely bringing on the burn. Bringing on the burn. Bringing on the heat. That means you guys are burning off a lot of the old patterns and energies that are no longer needed, right? Because you think about it, we're energy, right? We were energy before we were in this body. We are energy once we leave this body. No matter what, we are this beautiful energy, right? However you see yourself, right? You see yourself as this beautiful energy, right? Swirling energy. I see him as swirling energy, right? Because energy is constant. So it's like, whew, but it's hot. You guys are bringing on the hot energy. Holy cow. Are you guys feeling this hotness too, or is it just me? You guys, is it just me? Woo. I need one of those fans. Again, I think I said this last week. When I first started giving messages, I would always get this hot no matter what. I was always sweating through all the messages. Like so much energy was coming through that is like coming out of my pores. It's the craziest thing. Craziest thing. You guys feel it. Marcia says, yes, she feels it. Whew, I'm glad someone else is feeling it. And you're not far from me. You're only a couple blocks away. So you're feeling it. Marcia could feel it over that way. Or Lanka could feel it that way. Whew, which way. You guys. Let's see. They're bringing in so much heat. I can't even begin to tell you how much I feel. But tomorrow and Sunday will be cold. Yes, we are expected to have a very cold weekend all the way up the East Coast. So make sure you're prepared for the cold. Okay, just make sure you're prepared. Definitely in the mornings, because morning is always coldest. And then if the sun comes out, I want you all to, this is what I want. Okay. I'm asking all of you guys to do me a favor this week. I don't think you guys can actually share pictures in the comments, but I would love for you guys to all, if the sun comes out for you guys this week, I want you guys to go outside. I want you guys to take your smartphone outside, and I want you to take a picture of the sun in the sky for me, and I want you to send it to me. Okay, I want you guys to send me pictures of the sun in the sky and let me know the date in the state that you're in. I don't necessarily need to know the town, but I would like to know the state and the time, the day and the time. Okay, I want to know what time it is. And then I'm going to compare everyone's, I want you all to send them to me. -9 below, 0 here. No, I don't miss negative numbers. I get cold past 70. So stay warm, Devin. If you have a wood stove, extra wood, whatever you need going on there, buddy. But I want you guys to take a picture of the sun for me this week. Send it to me. Yes, you can go right to my website and you guys can send it to me that way if you guys don't already have my email. If you have my number's on there. You guys can text it to me too. Just say, hey, this is so and so. This is the picture I saw in the sky. All that information is on my website. Text it or email it to me, whatever works for you. But I want a picture of your sky with the sun in it. Pretty please, with sugar on it. Please. I want to see something this week. So send it to me by next Friday. Okay. By, I would say 5 p.m. That way I could get it together onto something that I can share on the computer that night. Okay. So this week, I'm asking all of you a favor. That would be your donation for next week. If you guys would take a picture of the sun in the sky and send it to me. Okay. Yes, do that. And if you guys ever want to have readings and, healings outside of the show, check out my website, IamMelissaParks.com, because then you can see what I do and the services that I offer, pretty much what I do for you guys here, just on a longer basis and more in depth. We get a little bit more personal. I don't get too in depth and too personal on the lives. I give enough so that you understand that the things that you need to understand, but we can definitely tap in a little bit harder if you guys want something one-on-one, because no hold bars. Not everyone always likes what I have to say, because it's not always what you want to hear. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Truth sometimes hurts, but the truth is what empowers you. So I feel like all of you are definitely stepping into more of your truth and your power. Oh, Devin says, weatherman said cloudy this week. Well, if the sun does pop out, send me a picture of it in the sun. You have my number. You can text me. But if you do, I would like to see it. If you guys are able to see it. It's been cloudy here too. The sun did come out Thursday. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. The sun did come out yesterday. It was still mostly cloudy, but the sun did show itself, but it was still being hidden. So, all right, Devin, thank you. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, so what else? We're getting ready to wrap up our hour. It goes by so quickly. It's amazing how time flies when we're having fun, right? So have you guys been noticing anything in your life that is repeating itself? What are those patterns? I'm asking you guys to do this for yourselves this week too. Look at the patterns that you are in your life right now. What is it that you are creating in those patterns? Does it feel like it's your highest and best? Like you have to like break down and be like really honest with yourselves this week. This is like breaking off all those layers that, are weighing us down, and it's time for us to free ourselves up and be more at peace and more, at joy. Why? It's just about being at joy, okay? Being in joy. And sharing your experiences with others, sharing information, sharing your truths with others, just like I do with you. Just because I said it doesn't mean it's truth. It might be my truth. That doesn't mean it's your truth. We're all like learning from each other. So continue to keep learning from each other. Extend your reach outside your box, outside your comfort zone. It's time for you to reach outside of that and see what's on the other side of that. It's time. You know what I'm saying, Jelly Bean? All right. So, and maintain control of yourself, because sometimes I feel like some of you still overreact. It's time for us not to overreact. It's time for us not to react in such a way, but to think about it before we react. Is this the same pattern that we've always been continuing? So I want you to double check into that as well. And also cooperation with yourself and with others. Who do you need to cooperate? I feel like that word is a good word to use. Cooperation. I feel like that's awesome. Yeah, I feel like that's a really good one. Let's see. All these words are just popping out at me that are important right now. Okay, so I feel like adapt is a good word too, okay? Because I feel like we're adapting to this new world that we're creating. And I feel like a lot of us are really seeing it from two sides now. Like the 3D, the 5D are definitely feeling so much more separate now. And when I said, you remember back in 2020 when I said the two things were like going in two different directions, like, the 3D could be this way, and then we're going to hire to extend over here, you know what I mean, and be happy and joyful. And I feel like we're more separating, but I feel like it's more like more parallel, because I feel like I'm still seeing it. I don't feel like it's totally separated like that. I feel like we're still, I feel like some people are experiencing that, and we're just observing it from the other side. So just recognize that you are pretty much an observer right now, depending on how you're looking at it. And I see it as like we're all like in this like fishbowl, kind of thing. Like we're all on this earth and we're all being looked at from the outside to see how will we react and move, and who has been pulling our strings, right? I sometimes see this like puppet looking thing, but we've cut all those strings and we're not being connected to that anymore. Yes, please like and thumbs up and share this show. Thank you. Yes, that's a good idea too. Definitely like and share my show, especially if you think it will help other people. If you feel like this is going to help somebody, share. That's what I talked about earlier. Share. And I feel like some of you have to do some quick thinking. Sometimes there's things that make us have to think real quick to get us on our feet so that we're moving ahead. And it is your time to shine. Your time to shine. Let's shine up. Get it. It's kind of like when you get out the wax and you wax up the car and she becomes all shiny when you're all done and you put all that energy into it. It's time for you to put all that energy into you so that you are doing all the shining. Okay, we're moving through all those obstacles and we are going to shine on, shine on, shine on. And you guys are going to find joy in all that shine, because then you're going to light the way for others so that they can find their joy too. You're all leaders in your own way. Now lead the way down your amazing paths and create the joy, the happiness, and all the abundance that you want in your life. And we want in all our lives. Okay? You guys make this the most amazing week. Don't forget, I want to see the pictures of the sun in the sky. That's super important to me this week. So send those my way. I totally appreciate you guys. You guys rock it this week out and keep shining. I love you guys. See you next Friday.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.